Junior and his 4 brothers were abandoned in an irrigation channel when they were just a few weeks old. They were left there to fend for themselves, to figure out how to survive in a huge, cruel world that they knew nothing about. Puppies like them are abandoned per hundreds in the Greek countryside, unwanted outcomes of unwanted pregnancies of dogs with forever uneducated owners that produce more strays than we can handle, more strays than you can imagine. It's a losing game, basically, and puppies are taken in by volunteers with heavy hearts. Volunteers that know that few of them will survive, and even fewer will end up with a family. So Junior and his siblings started their new life in the only safe place that was available and affordable. 5 tiny furballs ready to conquer the world with the adorable lust for life that puppyhood brings. Within a couple of weeks, Parvo had killed them all except one. Why was he the lucky one, we can't know, but somehow he recovered and he made new friends at the shelter. Puppies like him that had lost their mother, they had lost brothers and sisters, and the sadder their stories were, the cutest their puppy happiness seemed. When we visited the rescuers with Marcia and her family, I didn't even notice Junior. But Marcia's youngest son, Ben, did. And that same afternoon, Junior, now named Ben Jr. after his 14-year-old rescuer, in Hermione's arms, left his cage, never to return again. He didn't share our enthusiasm in the beginning. Leaving the only place you ever felt safe in is difficult. Puppies like him don't know anything about the outside world. They just want to go back and hide in their comfort zone. So Ben carried him out. He carried him around the town. 2 kids making the world a more beautiful place with their ginger hair and their smiles and their innocence. That afternoon, Ben Jr. met the world for the first time. The restaurants, the streets, the people, the noise, the shops, the smells, the life outside the shelter that he knew nothing about and that he devoured with every inch of his young, clear soul. Within a couple of hours, he went from being forced out of the shelter to walking around all excited as if he had always known what to do, with his new harness and his new friends, ready for his new life. Dogs are born with trusting hearts. They will trust anything you have to show them, whether it's a few square meters in a poor shelter or the whole wide world. They will trust that this big or small world you show them is the world, the truth about all there is or isn't. Within a few weeks, Junior experienced so many things he didn't know before, and with his innocent, open heart, he took it all in. From the beach to the bath and the vets and the pet stores and the new toys and the smells and all the things in a dog's world, and even the noisy, busy, crazy thing that is the airport. Today he lives in Holland with his family, and he is growing bigger and smarter and cuter every day. He is a survivor, and in a way his young soul has more to teach us than any study or article ever will, about how ridiculous the dog breeding industry is that produces puppies for profit and sells puppies with lies, while perfect dogs like Junior die on the streets or in shelters. About how much potential there is in all those miserable homeless puppies dumped in cardboard boxes. More potential than you can imagine. Just look at him. Junior left behind him millions of puppies like him that will grow up in shelters and that will never get to know the world. Puppies that are just as excited about life, just as capable of living it, just as ready, just as eager, just as worthy. He survived for a reason, I'd like to believe, and he thrived for a reason. He survived and thrived not just to tell his own story, but the story of all the others, millions of others that are waiting for one chance to be seen as individuals, not as nameless, faceless, unwanted numbers.